Best day ever, guys. Literally, I got all my boxes of bulbs in now. I had to make a few different orders, and so I was just waiting on the last one. Last one came in yesterday, and so finally, I get to gather them all together and plant them in the ground. So let's get started. In these boxes, there are around 2,000 bulbs and roots that I'm going to be planting today. 2,000. I might be nuts, but I think I can do it. And I'm going to be definitely doing the throw and toss method and just kind of letting them go where they go. I've got some that are going to be bigger bushes. I've got like a reblooming clematis, which I'm super excited, a bush clematis, some peonies, a couple other things, irises, but the main thing that I'm really looking forward to is all the bulbs. I've got a blue crush, or no, a grape crush aster plant. I've got 4 of them in here, and I'm really excited about that. I've been eyeing that plant for like 4 years now, and so I've got 4 of them in here. I'm going to plant those. They're going to be crazy next year. And then I've got a bunch that I'm going to be putting into the grass, and I specifically chose things that are deer resistant for the grass, like botanical tulips and stuff, and then crocuses as well. And I know that deer have different tastes in some places, and deer resistant doesn't mean deer won't eat it. It just means that the plant itself is hardy enough to stand up to the deer's grazings. So just remember that if you see deer resistant, it doesn't mean that the deer aren't going to eat it. It just means that it won't kill the plant when the deer do. I've got bulbs that I'm going to be putting in my back corner over here where I planted some new peonies earlier, and I've got a new weeping cherry tree on the top of my curved rock wall over there, and so I want to kind of create a beautiful area for that. I've got my bedroom window is going to be looking out into that area very soon, and so I want to have a beautiful view for sure, very fragrant. And so, but most of these bulbs are going to be going into these bed areas here. I put vole balls. Sounds really weird. I put balls that are mole and vole repellents in my garden beds a month and a half ago, and the whole idea with that was I wanted to prep the bed so there wouldn't be any voles living in there when I'm planting the tulips and the daffodils and the irises and all these things. I've got way more than just daffodils and irises, but I even got some foxtail lilies. I can't stand it. I'm so excited. So anyway, I'm going to have to order another bag of those though and put those in after a couple of weeks so that I continue to have a vole repellent in the garden, because I definitely don't want voles coming in over the winter and then eating all my bulbs as if I gave them a winter snack. This is what the balls look like, the vole balls, and they smell very strongly of mint, peppermint, almost to the point where it smells latexy, very strong. So all natural, no chemicals, just really strong smell that they don't like, that keeps them away, hopefully. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to kind of organize them by size so that when I'm throwing them out there that they're kind of in the general sized area where I want them, like the smaller in the front and then the larger in the back. And I don't want it looking too orderly though, which is why we're going to do the toss and drop method. And so I'm going to mix them all up, and then we'll see what happens. The magic, I guess we won't see until spring, but it's going to be amazing. gotta admit that part of my plan is not to do all this by myself. I do have manual labor helpers, and they are my daughters. They're 12. Because we homeschool, they're home, and so we get to do this now that we're done doing a bunch of school stuff. So I am going to literally grab handfuls of this crocus daffodil mix that I got, and I'm going to toss them into the grass, and then where they land, she is going to dig and bury, and that's where we're starting right now. Not get everything planted yesterday for sure, but I have about 400 bulbs laid out right here around my weeping cherry tree, and then this little stump that we've got. Excuse all the mess in the back. We're in the middle of renovating stuff, and so there's stuff piled in places. So she's kind of in this corner around here. The idea is we want it kind of to be like a little seating area, maybe just kind of like a little wildlife haven for us, just pretty, and then also lots of hyacinths and everything, so that eventually when my window from my bedroom is over there, then we can smell that and see that. So lots of different colors. That's where I went and had fun and was able to get all the colors that I normally don't get to get, because it doesn't go with my purple and yellow and white scheme in my garden over here. And so she's got like the really deep pinks and some really gorgeous colors of different tulips and daffodils. Actually, I don't think I planted tulips over there. Everything over there has to be very deer resistant, because the deer will come right up there and eat it. So lots of daffodils, crocus, some windflowers. I'm not sure if those are deer resistant or not, but we'll find out. A lot of alliums, some wild hyacinths. So we'll see. I'm super excited about that back corner to actually start looking cute, because it's been kind of just ratty looking, because nothing ever really grows there. We've had trees over it, and those finally got cut down. So I gotta finish. I was able to dig in all the bulbs for this bed yesterday. I didn't get to dig in the medium bulbs in that bed. I got the large and the medium ones there. I've got a bag for each side filled with bulbs. Let me show you. So it's basically the really small stuff, so like some mini daffodils, some crocuses, some windflowers in here as well. And I'm going to put those near the front edge of these gardens so that we can see them when we walk out. So I've got 2 bags of those, one for each garden on either side. And then I do have my main event, big one, that I've got to plant. That is the mid-sized bulbs that I'm just going to kind of toss everywhere and plant them where they go. This is the big bulbs, the medium, I guess. There's a bunch in here, and I'm just kind of tossing them, and wherever they land, I'm planting them, and that way it looks very natural. There's no lines. Even when you try to avoid lines, it's really difficult to avoid lines and rows of stuff. The brain, I don't know if your brain is that way, but my brain wants to line it all up. So we're doing that. I got to get them in today, so I'm going to stop talking because it's going to be raining heavily for the next 3 days, and I would love to get these in and rained in, and then it gets cold. So this is my time, and it's already getting late. I don't know if you guys can tell. So I'm going to stop talking. Goodness. So when I am burying bulbs and stuff like that, my baby does not like it when I bend over. So she's with grandma right now, and I am getting all of this done. And right now, my older girls are watching the toddler, and it's raining. It started raining, and I know I didn't get everything done yesterday, so I'm gonna do some of this in the rain. I knew that was gonna happen, but it's so wonderful being able to do things gardening in the rain again, because I love to garden in the rain, and I can't do it if I have a baby on my back or if I'm watching a toddler and he's not dressed properly. So this is like so very much me time. I'm really excited about this, healing my soul. I wanted to show you something though. So this is one of my Grape Crush asters that I got in the mail, and it came in this beautiful little package, kind of like this, and still moist, which is great. But there is sometimes people have a hard time planting these because you see in the bag it started sprouts, and so it looks like, hey, this is where everything's going to be growing. It's going to go up, so they should lay it flat like this in the ground. But that's actually not the case. These were just going towards the sun, and they will go towards the sun again. But what you do is you put the roots down, and then you look for where the old wood is from the plant where they cut it back from before, and those are all pointed up this way. And so this is the proper way to put it in. These tender little shoots, they will curve around, they will go up towards the light, but it's definitely going to be a lot stronger of a plant if the roots are going down and holding it sturdy that way, rather than laying across the surface almost of the ground. I know it would be buried a little bit, but it's still a lot stronger to go down. So there's a little tidbit FYI. hope that helps somebody if they need it. Stand under the eaves of the house because the rain is definitely coming. I got my baby back, but we're done. We're done. We're done. It's dark out. I finished planting the last one. It was a big cookies and cream hibiscus. Oh, I'm so excited. So we got 4 asters. We've got some hardy geraniums in the shady areas that I have had a hard time getting things to grow. I've got some bush reblooming clematis. And those are the roots that I planted. And then I've got a whole bunch, and then some peonies, some white and yellow ones that will go really well with the color scheme I've got going here. And then just bulbs, like over 2,000, probably around like 2,300 bulbs got planted in the last 3 days. And then there was another day where I got 500 bulbs planted. And oh my goodness, guys. Next spring is going to be epic. It's going to be so good. And I tried my best to really focus on bulbs that will really do well again year after year. I did get a couple of tulips that are, I'm going to pretty much assume that they're going to be annuals, but most of the ones that I got are going to be reblooming every year, if not doubling. So it's really exciting. It's really exciting, and I cannot wait to have the video to follow this up with next spring and show you guys everything that's happening. Normally I do a food forest video for the series on Saturdays, but I have just been working hard at this all week and I haven't had a chance to film that last food forest video. So this is what we're doing today. I hope you guys liked it. I put a lot of work into this and I tried really, really hard to get it done quickly so I could get that food forest series out. But it's just not happening. So look for that on Tuesday. Yeah, it's going to be great. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed.